We had horrendous weather, I didn't mind. But that woman, the audacity for a paying customer to tell us, do you want to sit in the rain and have a cup of tea? This is awesome! He's so annoying, the tent wanted to commit suicide.
That's quite good. That's actually, for you, that's quite funny. That's the one thing you say that's half funny in 4 days. Well done, keep it up. Well, we had a fabulous meal, washed down some lovely wine at the hotel. Looking forward, which was looking like a fantastic sunny day. I'm on the Africa Twin, keeping up with Becky on the Goldwing, which she looks to be enjoying fabulously. Of course, I didn't spend a massive amount of time on my own Goldwing. This is an exact copy of the one I had, the Africa Twin Adventure Sports with DCT and electric suspension. I also had the Plus pack. Took the bike to over 21,000. Unfortunately it didn't last long, but I didn't lose too much money on it. Things to watch out for today with this nice weather are instances of puddles like that. And they are sheep, of course. So as you've seen on the previous videos, they can tend to sit in the middle of the road. They seem completely oblivious to the dangers of motorcycles and cars. But it adds to the fantastic scenery. Look at this, look at this. It's just amazing. This is the non-lake environment. You know, the hills, the heather, narrow drives. Oh, it's just magnificent. It just reminds me of films like Braveheart. You can imagine using scenes like this or in Scotland as a backdrop to some fabulous films. So I'm really enjoying the Africa Twin. It's everything I remembered when I had my one, be it only about a year before this. Oh, moo!
One more.
I've never seen that in my life. Not 30 degrees.
This is Hard Mode Pass. That's okay? Yeah? This is awesome! Wow!
Well, here we go. Not saying anything, but here's a woman driver. Massive tailback here. And that camper van has got a real problem. I mean, it's not completely her fault. I mean, that's a massive vehicle take down this little road to a really busy beauty spot. As you can see, it's beautiful and it gets even nicer. The lake appears around the corner. But you can see, I will get through, but the cars are fucked. She's going to have to go much further back now. I don't know what she's playing at, but we'll get through though. I feel sorry for the cars though. Oh, what's she doing now? I was going to try and get in that bit. Was she reversing to that bit there? That'd be a result. I can't believe there's not a queue of cars behind that van.
Go a bit forward.
It's such a tall bike.
Yeah, go a bit forward more. More. That direction.
No, stop, no, I'm going to fall off.
I got it,
I'm going to fall off.
I got it.
Ah, my leg, my calf.
I got it.
What you get involved. I don't want you to get involved. God, you are the worst control freak. Take whatever's happening, you need to do it. Do that, feel that.
Do you know how many times I saved your life?
Oh, Biggie,
This is
you stress me out.
you're not stressing. You're not doing small things. You're not doing it right.
Oh, yeah, I can see what I do.
You gotta listen.
Basically, you were pushing me up. I was out of my comfort zone.
I am not pushing you out.
All I need to do is roll forward. All you do is say, "Oh, roll forward." You get mad. That's weird to say. But you suddenly take over.
So why
Literally
was it- why
take
is it-
over.
Why is it being so difficult
I
for
suppose you
you?
don't clean my teeth for me. Right, come on.
Oh, come on. Well, look at the view. Oh my God.
As you can see behind us, we're at Becky, where are we? Westwater.
Westwater. W-A-S-T water. It's quite hard to get here, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek
it's a bit
getting
of
down
trek
there.
Getting there. I mean,
And we had a nightmare on the road, as you might see in the footage, where a van, not saying anything, that always happens, but as a woman driver, she
See-
blocked up the whole road. Had to reverse back. We left it, we got through because we're motorbikes, but as cars stuck, and they
Yeah.
might well still be there, because we haven't seen any cars come by, have we?
no,
Stuck,
not at all. It was completely
They're probably stuck for an hour or so. But it's beautiful here.
beautiful. Is not the word.
This is Becky's favourite lake of the lot, isn't it?
This is
It's been I did like a Buttermere one.
Buttermere one.
I think-
Buttermere is quite good. It's nice as well. Very similar to this one in terms of landscape. But this one, what I like about it is look at those hill gently submerges to the water.
Yeah, that's most unusual. Usually
Very
get some
unusual,
kind of
right?
shoreline
Yeah, because
where the mountains just tip into the water.
Yeah, but that's
You might be able to see over there to the
Yeah.
to the camera over there. You can see how it just drops down into the water.
We will take the drone footage and actually show them.
Gives it most unusual look.
Very unusual look.
So this is the 4th day, and finally the sun has come out. And what a difference, because you can go 3 times faster on the bike. You're not worried about crashing, spilling the bike, losing traction underneath you. Yeah, so it's a much more pleasant experience. You're not cold, you're not wet. So this is lovely. This is the first time I've sat outside for more than 5 minutes. It's been horrendous. Now this is
But do you think this makes
a beautiful place.
Do you think this makes it worthwhile?
Yeah, it does in the end. Yeah, it does. I mean, I
Yeah.
still enjoyed it when it was raining, because it was still, except on the tight passes where you have to go around the tight bends and your feet can go slip, and there's cars approaching, and the visibility is nothing because the mist is completely steaming up your visor and everything. There's nothing you can do about it. The best helmet in the world cannot compete at altitude when you're in a cloud. You know.
Yeah, you're talking about the ultra water.
Yeah, coming down that bypass.
Yeah.
You can see bugger all. It's terrifying. It's pissing down. You're kind of almost aquaplaning slightly on the roads, and there's cars coming up and cyclists to avoid. And what they're doing in it, I'll never know. So nutters. There's a hill about 2 miles back. Wasn't it? That bloke's at the start.
Oh my God!
Obviously, he was.
You know, the gradient is about 15 to 18%.
Yeah, I think you're right. 15. Yeah, might even top out at 20, especially on the inside of the bend.
Oh,
But they was like that going up. It was, even the pro riders don't do that in the Alps. They do longer distances, but not at that sort of ramp.
Yeah.
Not funny at all.
But I guess if you want to adapt to Lake District, rain is just a part of it.
Yeah, you've got to accept it is part of it. You've got to expect it to rain and hope for dry spells.
Yeah.
So you come prepared, just like I did.
You're right.
So yeah, we haven't got this yet, but
Hold on a sec. Check the footage of him right now. I'm gonna play it. We're gonna play it of when he arrives to my house. How prepared he is. I got it.
Yeah, we've got that.
Play that
Yeah.
now. Okay.
And if they haven't got it, just to say,
No, I've got it.
So I arrived at Bicky's. Now, fortunately, I thought I had some rain equipment, but the trousers were kind of ripped to shreds a bit because I tried to crash in them, funnily enough, in the wet, on the kind of textile wet trousers, and my jacket was cut off me in another accident. So I arrived at Bicky's for a tour of the Lake District in a pair of light jeans and a t-shirt. He goes, "What are you doing, dude?" Well, you can say, "What do you need to take over?" I couldn't believe it.
So basically, I was inside the house. So I hear him coming. So I thought I would greet him to see how much prepared he is. I go and look at him, and he's like unprepared than a Sunday ride.
Basically, I've got one rucksack, one rucksack on my back.
And he crashed on the way to my house as well.
I didn't crash, but
you kind of crashed. Something fell off from your bike.
No, I didn't crash. My sleeping bag fell off the back of the bike.
That's a crash.
And I was going every 10 minutes. I was going like that to fill the sleeping bag, and it had gone. I thought, oh no, it could be miles away. Chance of me finding it. But if I haven't got, no, sorry, it's the 10.
It's 10.
It was the 10. If I haven't got a 10, I'm in trouble because I'm not sleeping with Vicky. let's recap. You're number one of three, or the first that you remember of the three best things so far on the Lake District is being here. So what's number two?
Ullswater.
Ullswater. In what way?
We found the island.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
very pretty.
Yeah, so not talking about the past, the lovely road, which we're going to show footage of, or we have shown you it, but the actual Ullswater Lake, because we hired a boat, didn't we? And I didn't crash it. To be fair, I was trying to do some filming and Bishy was the pilot. Bishy? Did I say Bishy? Bicky. Bushy Bicky. I just call him douche. That's what I usually call him, isn't it? He calls me a dick, I call him a douchebag. Oi, douche, what do you want, dick? So yeah, that was lovely because it's this beautiful little island. It was so idyllic. It was about 20 metres wide, 10 metres deep, in the middle of the lake, and it had 2 trees, a couple of bushes, full of flowers, and a little bit of grass.
And it's got like wild flowers blooming.
Yeah, it was just the most perfect place for a picnic.
Yeah,
wasn't it? It was. You looked at it and thought, a picnic, make love to a fantastic woman, or in Bicky's case, a sheep. Those bloody sheep.
That was horrendous.
Oh.
It was quite funny though.
Yeah, we'll come back to that because that's going to be on the
we'll
best,
come
be on the
back.
worst three. So Ullswater Lake, number 2. What's your third best moment so far? Is it that burger on the way up at the diner?
Oh yeah, it is. It has to be. Yes, that's the one. No, Buttermere. Buttermere was quite fantastic. I'm not sure about Windermere. It's not a very prettiest lake.
No, it's not
but
pretty.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, this is.
Yeah, it's much better. This and Buttermere, I think, the 2 prettiest.
Oh my God! I mean, look at the sloping hill.
It's just stunning.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe how warm it is now. When I say it's warm, it's not warm. It's just compared to yesterday and the day before that. This is like being in the Maldives.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I'm getting a tan. I'm going to get burnt. Oh, so that's your 3.
So, what's yours?
Best moment actually for me was probably the first time I really got a glimpse at a lake that hit me in the face like a wet fish.
That's
that was
Buttermere.
Yeah, it was Buttermere.
Buttermere, yeah.
A little bit, he said, "Oh, you've got to go to Buttermere and see it." And he went like that to signify put your camera on. So I knew we were approaching. Went over this, went up this little incline of the twisty roads that you've seen on the footage. And as you reach the top, so I'll show it now while I'm talking. As you reach the top and go over the crest, suddenly it's there. It goes bang.
Yeah.
And that was really spectacular.
And I think
so it came out of nowhere. You didn't really kind of know the lake was there. Otherwise, you get an inkling that the lake's there. Yeah. This was like just a smack in the face.
It's almost
in
like,
a nice way.
Yeah, it's almost like when you are hungry and when you eat food, it tastes so good, right?
Especially when you're not expecting it. It comes out of nowhere. You go,
and plus the roads were horrendous. The weather was horrendous.
Yeah.
I mean, there was.
Yeah, that weather wasn't good then.
Yeah,
but it wasn't bad as yesterday. Yesterday was the worst day.
Oh man, it was worst.
The 2 days before that
funny
were
enough-
raining on and off.
But for me, the worst part was just to make sure that this idiot is on the bike, right? Because every time I'm looking from my back mirror.
Where's
to
he
see
gone?
Where's he gone? It's like every time I don't see him for 5 seconds, I get scared.
So we're on to the 3 worst things. Also, I've done my 3 favourite things.
Oh, hold on a sec. Okay, tell
yeah, thank you. Yeah, let me carry on. It's just what it's like.
No, 'cause-
always taking over. He's a nightmare.
Because you talk too
We'll
much.
get into that. He's a control freak. You're a freaking nightmare. And he nicks all my stuff. And he still hasn't found sport on the Africa Twin. Right, no, look. So first thing, Buttermere, when I first hit the view.
Yeah. What's the second one?
The second one's actually that.
Camping.
No chance. That's in my next 3. Was actually also Ullswater Lake again with the island and the boat and the weather. It was raining and the weather cleared for about an hour. And that hour, we got the drone up for the first time. We got on a boat. We saw that beautiful island, and we were in a really good place, weren't we? We came off that in a really good spot. Because up to then, we'd had a long drive up here, about 250 miles. It's raining incessantly, day in, day out. So that was kind of a respite. And suddenly, it all became a bit magic.
Yeah.
So that's number 2.
It was quite refreshing to go on a boat.
Yeah. Number 3 was when I hit at the pillow in the hotel.
Hello. What was this?
No, but I'm trying to mix them up. So I've got one that was a moment, one was a wait, and the other one is getting out of the bloody tent, getting in and out of the tent. I've been getting wet because of the wet water on it. The squidginess of the tent, the shitty blow up bed which deflated.
Are we talking the best thing or the worst thing now?
No, that's why it's not in it.
Oh.
So the best thing on the flip side is me hitting my head on the pillow in the hotel last night.
Gotcha.
I suddenly realised, oh my God, all my clothes are going to be warm. Had a nice shower. We had a nice sandwich laid on for us by the hotel staff, which they didn't have to do.
Anna.
Anna or Anna?
Anna.
Yeah, speak Anna in English, is it?
I don't know.
You don't know much, do you?
Yeah.
You don't know much. Right.
I think it's,
Yeah, so number 3 was that pillow. Just getting out of that bloody tent. Right, so now we're moving on to the 3 worst things.
I've got the worst thing.
Right, so what's your worst 3 things?
That woman in Buttermere.
You're still going on about that? It wasn't that bad. Go on, tell the story.
So we are soaked up. This guy is
Oh yeah, we were
miserable.
a drowned rat.
Yeah,
I put a picture up of me
he's-
trying to go off the rock.
Yeah, it is in the borderline hypothermia, shaking.
Yeah, I was trying. My joviality was,
It was-
just a little bit is still left.
Yeah.
All my battery power. Literally
Yeah, exactly.
Was,
He was like a Duracell battery about to switch off,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, yes, finally he's not talking.
yeah, finally he
But
shut it up.
then I looked at the map and we still got 1.5 hour riding, so I thought, you know what? Let me feed this guy something warm so he gets his energy. So we go to this pub
He was hungry as well.
and it was pretty empty. The pub was pretty empty, right?
It wasn't busy. It wasn't. Like
It wasn't
was
busy at all. And this woman, like, annoying woman. We asked her very politely, hi, can you just have a coffee? Because we are soaking wet, miserable. We are on a motorcycle.
Motorcyclists, there'll be some
motorcycling.
cars, they're all right.
Just give us a little, we just want to have a coffee for 10 minutes and we're going to head off. And then she turns up and say like, oh, we are fully booked unless you do want to sit outside in the rain and have a coffee.
Yeah, I couldn't believe she said that.
That
It wasn't just
is-
what she said, it was the way she said it.
Is this the way she said
She had
it?
no
It's-
empathy. It wasn't like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just see if there's anything I can do.
Yeah.
If we could have sat in a cupboard where
Exactly.
where they put the mops, you know. she didn't have any empathy. She didn't
She
have
didn't have
any
empathy. Very cold,
inkling. No.
very angry,
Was
pretty
it?
ugly as well. So that pissed me off so much. Anyway, I didn't have energy to argue with her. So one of the guy over there recommended us a pub that was like 20 minutes down the road.
Yeah, literally 20 metres down the road.
Yeah.
End of the world.
And then we went down there. They're very relaxed. Hey, come down, we'll serve you a drink. We had a pie, some hot drinks, got some energy, rode back. But yeah,
Yeah.
that woman, that experience,
And-
it's not the weather. I mean, we had horrendous weather. I didn't mind, but that woman, the audacity for a paying customer to tell us, do you want to sit in the rain and have a cup of tea?
Yeah, mate, COVID probably hasn't helped the situation. It's just the way she
Just the way
was.
she said
Yeah,
it.
it's just the way she said
She
it.
could have said, look, I can't serve you because of the COVID-19. We'll have accept that. But for her to recommend, like, look, sit
We could have
outside.
stood by the door and had a coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
She just didn't want to help us out at all. Anyway, calm down, mate. What's number 2?
The worst thing, number 2,
Yeah.
it has to be yesterday.
Or just generally yesterday, with a capital Y, yeah. Because it was
Yesterday
raining
was
when we started.
It was a write-off.
It was raining when we ended. We did a lot of road
Oh,
riding.
my
It was
God, man.
it was scary. It was dangerous. What's number 3 then?
So the number 3 has to be the first day, just before we got to the camp. You know, the rain and the wind. I think there was a.
Yeah, you're right. Because when we come up here, it wasn't raining. For the first like 3 hours of our journey.
Yeah.
Or
Just the
whatever. But the
last
last half an hour,
Wow. The
as
wind.
soon as we
wind
hit
was-
the word Lake District, we
M6,
went.
yeah, boom.
We thought, oh no.
It was so windy that my bike was changing lane from middle lane to the fast lane without even me steering.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
quite
that's
scary.
right. 'Cause it was really windy. That's right.
Very windy.
It wasn't the wind. It wasn't the rain that's the problem.
No,
That
no, it was
first-
the
day
wind.
up here, it was the wind. You're right. Of course it was.
And plus,
It takes you
will
off the
not-
light. It's like this. It's horrific.
Yeah, but you will not feel that as much as I'd feel because I had all the panniers, then I had tent, then I
Yeah,
had
maybe.
sleeping bags. So
But it's
I was-
scary.
Third worst thing was today, actually. Sorry, no,
There we
fourth.
go.
There's a fourth one.
No, only 3. That's it. Had your chance, muffed it.
Okay.
Unlucky. Had your
Yeah.
chance, buffed it. Right, my 3 worst things. So number 1, camping in the wet. Just generally, when we arrived, what Vicky didn't say is, yeah, it was horrible. We were tired, knackered, wet, and it was getting dark. And as we put the tent up, it was getting darker and darker, and it was raining. So that was bloody miserable. But they didn't take too long. We put them up almost exactly the same time. Had a little
Pretty
race.
much at the same time, yeah. Oh, we had the
Wait.
competition video as
It wasn't
well.
nice. Yeah, it wasn't. But wasn't that whole that? And then and basically just sleeping in a tent. It wasn't nice. I hadn't done it for about 12, 15 years, and I remember why I don't do camping. It's bloody horrific. If it's nice, if it's decent weather, reasonably warm.
And if
it's
you are
all right.
prepared.
It's all right.
And if you are prepared, because you are like a gypsy, man.
Well, I didn't have a sleeping bag. I
No,
didn't,
you
have,
didn't.
didn't have a mattress.
You had nothing.
Luckily, Vicky had it all, so that was
Jesus
sorted.
Christ,
and it was still miserable.
Yeah.
It
well,
wasn't. It wasn't nice. There's some good people around to talk to.
Yeah, there was,
Vicky done a couple of good breakfasts.
yeah.
And it had a bar. And if it wasn't for the
Oh.
bar, I'd have been really miserable for the next day.
So I have to say, it was the most organized campsite, right?
It was good
They had
campsite,
hot water
yeah.
24 hours.
To be fair,
shower.
it'd be nice if they had put a roof on over the whole campsite with heaters.
It's not really camping then, is it?
Yeah, I'm not ready for camping, am I? Let's face it. So when we went to the hotel, which was obviously in my best 3 things, that was well, it was a life-changing moment, as Bitty says all the time. 3 times yesterday he said, it's a life-changing moment. Oh, anyway. So that's number 1, worst thing was camping. Number 2, yeah, probably right, probably yesterday, generally,
Yeah.
how scary and tense it was, riding in those sorts of conditions. It's really horrendous. I'm not trying to put you off riding a motorbike here, but obviously be prepared. So what we didn't do is put on our rain suits. We had our touring gear on. We should put rain stuff on it, and probably not gone out when it was that bad. just accepted it. You shouldn't really be on a motorbike. It's dangerous. It's not worth it.
But have you noticed the road was not slippery at all?
Well, I think the tyres are good.
Tyres are really
I
good.
mean, they're not
yes.
sports bike, they're touring bikes, adventure
Yeah,
bikes.
exactly.
So the tyres are fit for the job.
And as
And
well,
we had it in the attraction was
yeah. And remember one thing
top,
as
yeah.
well. During the winter time, they put a lot of salt, so it's always good grip because the salt drains
would
all
not
the.
come in winter time. Not on a
Yeah, no,
motorbike.
but the UK roads they have salt, right? Most of the time they spread salt, so that means the grip level is always good. It's not. If you go to Spain, the roads are very slippery when the rain hits it. But over here,
Yeah.
because the salt takes all the shit out
Okay,
of
I'm
it.
only gonna ever come here when I know there's a weak heat wave happening.
You know, the funny thing is, I will not trust the weather over here.
No, it does change quickly.
It does change
No,
very
it's
quickly,
because
very
of the-
rapidly.
Because of the particular setup of the mountains and near the water and the lakes.
Exactly. Well, did you know
It's
that?
ever changing.
Did you know that it's the rainiest part of UK?
You said that, yeah.
Yeah.
Even more so than anywhere in Scotland. I do find it incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like the Shetland Islands. Anyway, whatever.
Shetland Islands.
Shit up. But we discovered it rained a lot. We had 3 days of it. So the first worst thing was camping. The second worst thing was yesterday in the rain on a motorbike. And the third worst thing is Bicky. He's controlling. He's a control freak. Whatever you're doing, he tries to grab it, take over. He's got no patience. He lost about 5 seconds to try and do something before he grabs it. No, do this, do this, do this, no, do this,
Do
do
you know
this.
why? Do you know why?
I don't care, mate.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because you're a flipping nutter.
Because today you nearly died. He
Oh,
was
wait.
trying to control a drone being on a f***ing motorcycle, and he's about to fall off the
No,
cliff.
that's him being a control
no,
freak.
I'm
It's
sorry.
absolutely fine.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely fine.
No.
And then he's
Because-
and I was
because-
saying, that's the unfinished yet. So that's one part of number 3. Then it's you stealing all my equipment. So I'm trying to charge my batteries up. Where's my batteries? Oh, I used it. Where's my power bank, Biggie? Oh, I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, hold a sec. The reason,
I was finished yet.
hold a sec. The reason I'm charging you from your battery is because I'm the one who's using the phone as a sat nav. Because you have no idea
That
where
doesn't use a
Hold
GoPro
sec, hold a
battery.
sec. If I left you,
Talking out your arse.
if I left you here, you'll be lost. Because you haven't planned
Biggie,
anything.
You
You
stop
haven't
every
planned
10 minutes. You
anything.
stop. Spend 10 minutes on your sat nav because you lost every 10 minutes. Nightmare.
Yeah,
and then
the funny thing is,
he just doesn't stop talking. I don't know where. I mean, of course, I'm never like that. And he farted in my tent and then did a runner. And then he's trying to tickle my feet when I'm trying to sleep last night. All in all, I think the problem is we're both so similar. It's a bit of a
No,
nightmare.
we're not similar.
No, we do.
We are not similar.
We're both.
You're irritating, annoying. I am
This is in
calm,
touch with me again.
composed, planned,
It's a nightmare.
organized.
I think the bottom line is we're both.
I
What?
love being organized. And this guy, I mean, just
No,
imagine.
I mean, I'm disorganised.
He comes camping with a f***ing t-shirt on and the jeans. It's like,
I've got a t-shirt. I've got the t-shirt on now. It's fine. What are you talking about?
and
And I'm hot now in these.
yeah, it's quite warm now. Overall, it's a good experience, though. I have to say.
We just had a laugh, really. I think that part of us having a nightmare of each other and having a go at each other is quite funny. But I hope you're appreciating it.
Yeah, I mean, weather like
But thank God we didn't share a tent. At least we had our own tents.
The only thing he got right about the camping was he bought a tent. That
Yeah,
was
which almost
and then he
lost.
crashed that tent as well.
Almost lost
The
the tent.
tent. He's so annoying. The tent wanted to commit suicide.
That's quite good. That's actually for you. That's quite funny. That's the one thing you say that's half funny in 4 days. Well done. Keep it up. Flipping it. Right. Okay. So
That's the thing.
let's get. Oh, it's what do you call it?
Paragliding.
Yeah.
That would be quite nice, right?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Imagine the view he's got.
Wow.
Jesus. I bet he didn't do it yesterday. Moving.
Start.
Got to do it while you're moving, look.
Okay, start. Stand
No, you can't
off.
do it while you're
Stand
moving.
off. Stand off. Put in the drive. Now do it.
Yeah, sport. But the pit, look.
The one you're so
Look, no, look, the bit of the P's missing.
I know, but,
and the
but you told me there's a sport mode here.
No, look, that's...
Such a dick. You know that?
Come on, hurry up. So what a great 4 or 5 days. Thank you to Vicky for putting up with me. I mean, it's not easy. I'm not easy to live with. And thanks again to Honda for supplying 2 fabulous bikes in the Goldwing and the Africa Twin Adventure Sports. We had an epic time, and I'll leave you with these dusk pictures after our ride.